Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. And I finally finished torturing myself for the final time with Dawson's Creek. Yes, I know. About a year ago, around this time, I started my very first torture review video of Dawson's Creek. And let me tell you, doing it bi-monthly was very, very good for my soul and probably better for the outcome or in the long run, because man, this show was the whole entire show was freaking god awful. And I'm glad I'm a pretty small YouTuber, because I could make fun of this while entertaining. Like, just saying, if this show was around now, I don't think I would watch it. I honestly don't think I would watch it. And I'm kind of glad I wouldn't watch it until like many, many, many years later. Just to say. Just saying. But wow. And apparently, I found out that my mother liked Dawson's Creek, which may explain why I don't like her. Anyways. Wow, Dawson's Creek. What can I say about this final season? Interesting. I'm just glad that the show, their season, their series is all over. I am glad I don't have to torture myself with another Dawson's Creek episode. Or another Dawson's Creek season. But, however, there will be another torturous video coming soon. And it's not on Dawson's Creek, it's on 7th Heaven. But I'm getting ahead of myself, like usual. Okay. So, in this particular season, we pick up we pick up right when college is about to start, or is starting. Pacey and his girlfriend, Audrey, come back from Hollywood. And they start going down. Like, they break up within, like, what? the first 10 episodes. And then Audrey starts getting a drinking problem, and there's references to Sid and Nancy, which I know nothing about. I thought they, honestly, when they mentioned Sid and Nancy, I kind of had to Google who Sid and Nancy were. But I do know who Bonnie and Clyde were. Or was. I mean, who doesn't know who Bonnie and Clyde was or were? I mean, you would be living under a rock if you didn't know who Bonnie and Clyde were. Oh, and Audrey goes to rehab not once but twice, and we get a fantastic cameo by Seth Rogen. And Jensen Ackles, which I didn't know he was in this season or season or show at all, which he kind of had a minor, like a minimum, like middle type role, which I mean kind of works, I guess. But still, a role is still a role, no matter what. Jen dies at the end because... because I guess that was her character arc. The whole entire time was her dying at the end of season 6. And leaving her baby with Jack, who... Okay, let me just say. Jack had one of the most weird, boring character arcs that I have ever seen in a show. And... bless me. Whew. What else? Oh. Jack calls Jen his hag because apparently women just love being called hags by gay men, I guess. I don't know. That's just a joke. I don't really mean that, honestly. What? I'm pretty sure that's an offensive term for anybody, honestly. And apparently Pacey was right about his older brother being gay, which, okay, that's fine. But who cares? If you're gay, you're gay. Who cares? Love is love no matter what. Just be you. It doesn't matter who you love or what you love. As long as you love it or love who you love, then nothing really matters in the end. Joey. Went back to Pacey like 3 times, twice. Had a small little fling with Pacey the second time after, and now they're at the end of the whole season, they wind up together watching Dawson's TV show about them, which is kind of ironic because it's a show about a show about a show about people. I don't understand what the heck. I mean, okay, so let me get this straight. It was a show about people, real people's lives, that got turned into a movie that also got turned into a show. So, in hindsight, it's a show about a show based on a movie that was about real people. I think that's what I'm taking from it. And Joey becomes a babysitter to one of the girls from Seventh Heaven, which I never watched, and I'm glad I've never watched. It's like, it was like Touched by an Angel or something like that, which, oddly enough, I kind of remember seeing a couple episodes of Touched by an Angel, and my family never really watched. I mean, my grandmother watched, my mom's mom watched Touched by an Angel. I think my mother watched Touched by an Angel, if I'm mistaken, but I don't remember, really. But, anyways, so getting to Dawson. We get told that he's been busy working on, being a director's assistant, and he's about to start this horror movie with this really well-known music director, and the movie director is, the movie, it apparently goes straight to TV because it was very bad, and it was a straight to TV movie, which isn't common. I mean, nowadays it isn't really common much nowadays. It's because streaming and everything like that. And so I'm guessing the whole movie was a made-for-TV movie, which probably was a good idea. Maybe wasn't the best idea, but hey, a movie is a movie. Whether it's made for TV or not. I mean, I still think that there's still made-for-TV movies, which hasn't really been new since the 1950s, or maybe 60s. If I'm guessing correctly, movies. No, wait. Made-for-TV movies, I want to say, started right around the same time TVs came out, which was what, like, early 1950s to like 1940s, late 1940s, which would be like what, 1949, 1950. If I'm doing my math right, and if I'm correct on my TV history-ish, I'm guessing that sounds about right. I think that's about right, yeah. But way before that, before TV, you literally had to go to your nearest movie theater to watch a movie, a short, a cartoon, a animated movie, whatever may have been. You literally had to go to those locations, to your local movie theater, and pay like maybe a penny or a dime, maybe a quarter, to freaking go in and watch whatever you wanted to watch. Heck, if you wanted to watch the news, you literally had to pay like $1 or something. To literally go in and watch the freaking news. And that's crazy. Like, think about it. We as a culture, right, literally have been subjecting ourselves to screens for 100 years. Whether it was the news, slapstick comedy like from silent films, or whatever you wanted to watch, you literally had to go to a movie theater, and that was their main source of income at those times. Was they relied on your general wants and needs. And when TV came out, that changed Hollywood forever. Because what we viewed as media at those, from like the mid 1900s to all the way up to the invention of TVs, changed Hollywood, because Hollywood stars and reporters and everything else, their main source was literally relied on watching it from the movie theater, and that's what movie theaters relied on as well, is people going in, paying whatever the amount was at those times, and watching whatever they kind of wanted. And then when animation came out in like 100 years ago, the same thing. Animation changed Hollywood changed the landscape of Hollywood, because there was a demand for animation and cartoons and whatnot, and animation gave us some really good cartoons, some really questionable cartoons, and some classic, iconic cartoons that probably were bad at the time, but also they're iconic now. Same thing with movies and TV shows. If you wanted to watch a movie or TV show, or heck, if you fancied watching the news, you literally had to pay to go. You literally had to pay probably a penny to go into a movie theater and watch the news, because that was that. And now, look at us now. Almost 120 years later or something like that. And movie theaters aren't really, they still need us, because they're still a business, and they're one of the oldest living businesses that we still have nowadays. Like, we as a society now, modern day, we forget that. We literally forget that movie theaters don't get love anymore. And I know I don't really go to the movie theaters. Heck, I would love to go to a movie theater at any chance I can get. But you got bills to pay, you got things to do. You know, sometimes you just don't have time to go to a movie theater. But it's okay, because you can literally go anytime you want or need. However, it is, I still go to the movie theaters, because there is nothing, and I mean nothing, in this world that beats a movie theater experience. Literally. And I have said this multiple times on Facebook and whatever. A movie theater experience is one of the best experiences you can get. Don't be one of those people who says, oh, I can wait for it when it comes out on VHS DVD or streaming. No, don't, because you're ruining your experience. And I love experience. I'm a sucker for experience. And honestly, I kinda, and don't get me wrong, that is what I love, kinda like about Dawson's Creek is it talks about, I guess the main plot of the whole show is experience. Life is nothing but short of experience. Life can be full of experience, and it can be short of experience. And I guess that's the whole meaning of Dawson's Creek. If you can take one thing out of Dawson's Creek, is experience comes in many forms. Dream your dream. Hold that dream high hold your fist up and scream, I have a dream, and that dream will come true. Whether you believe in it so hard or so less. I don't think I said that right. But that's the I guess the whole plot and the meaning of Dawson's Creek is, if you have a dream, go for it. Let nothing stand in your way, and experience life to the fullest, and just experience everything you can, whether it is going to a movie theater or just having fun in the moment. Experience is the most essential thing you can do as a person, is having experience. Whether it's experimenting, experiencing. I lost my train of thought. How many times can I say experience? Whether it's experiencing, I can't speak today. Whether it's experiencing sex, friendship, love, heartache, pretty much going through the emotions and whatnot. Also, Joey kisses her. I almost forgot this. I almost forgot to say this, but Joey kisses her coworker and is like, no, I'm here. What you're just not involved. And I'm like, okay, and he keeps throwing that in. He's like, but you kissed me first. You shoved your tongue down my throat. I had nothing to do with you shoving your tongue down my throat. And honestly, this may be a joke, but this is literally a joke here. I said in my commentary to this, I said in commentary off screen commentary while I was watching this, I was like, I wish one of my coworkers, any coworker, shoved their tongue down my throat. Or just, not really. Or have some random person shove their tongue down my throat. Just 'cause they want it to. Can't. I know they can't. And shouldn't. Same thing with random people. Don't just let anybody shove their tongue down your throat. Just saying. Don't let anybody shove their tongue down your throat. Just 'cause they can. Or just 'cause they want. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. But, however, Audrey gets... that's besides the point. So, later on in the episode, or the show, the final season, Audrey gets an offer that she couldn't refuse, and that is to hang out with a band, a great band name, by the way, which is Devil's Tampons. Devil's Tampons! I wish I could make this whole thing up, but that literally sounds like one of the greatest bands I have ever heard. I wish that band was a real band, because, like, come on, who wouldn't want to go to a Devil's Tampons concert anyways? And honestly, I literally busted out laughing when I heard that, because that is one of the greatest band names I have ever heard in the history of my life. Like, who came up with that band name, for starters? And what was that thing, that band name, that band meeting like? Did they just smoke a bunch of pot, or do some crack cocaine? Do some crack, shot up to meth? What the heck? Did they have a devilish experience where they were like, dude, I just saw the devil, and he had a full roll of bloody tampons. He had tampons, man, and I saw him shove a tampon up his ass. Like, what the fuck? That is literally one of the greatest names I have ever heard in a band. For a band, Devil's Tampon. I wish I could see what their songs is like. Shovel, blah. I'm probably speculating here, but let me just say, I think one of their songs is Devil Shoved a Tampon Up His Ass. Or Devil Puked Up Bloody Tampons. Devil fucked the devil fucked a tampon out of a chick. I don't know, but it's a pretty catchy band. It is a really clever, catchy band name. And yes, most of these are jokes, like having someone shove their tongue down my throat, or anybody's throat, was a joke. So I hope my bosses and my coworkers don't take that literally. And that was just a joke. And, like, the whole Devil's Tampon bit was just a joke, so don't come at me, people. Just being messed up and running whatever came to my mind at the time. And everything I said came to my mind at the time. So I hope this was entertaining for you, and yeah. I'll also, if you wanna leave a comment, what is your favorite Devil's Tampon song that you've heard? Because, hey, I've never heard of a band named Devil's Tampon a day in my life, but heck, let's have some fun with Devil's Tampon, shall we? I mean, my favorite Devil's Tampon song was Devil Shoved a Tampon Up His Ass. That's mine. What's yours? But anyways, so that's all I have for you guys so far. Please like, share, subscribe, and have a good day. Bye.